it's actually a really nice perfume, but I can't relate because that's not my lifestyle. When I'm actually getting ready to purchase a fragrance, I look at it as either it being high value, low value, or no value. How I consider fragrances being either one of those values is how they fit into my lifestyle. Are they appropriate to the type of clothing that I have, the mood that I'm in, and if it's within my budget? So these fragrances that I am going to talk to you guys about today are fragrances that actually smell really good, but I can't relate to them because they either don't fit within my budget or fit within my lifestyle. This first fragrance that I want to talk about is a celebrity scent, and it is the newest release from Billie Eilish. It is called Billie Eilish Eau de Parfum, EDP. Now, that one has had a lot of buzz around it, and it is something that I went to Ulta to particularly smell. Smelling this Billie Eilish, it's a really nice woody vanilla perfume. It's fresh on the top, soft florals, kind of sweet. Definitely picking up that red berry scent. It actually smells really, really good on the top. It takes about maybe 20 minutes to actually settle down to what it is going to turn into. Now, I really, really enjoyed the opening of Billie Eilish, but the dry down is where the problem begins for me. It dries down to almost like a burnt, plasticky smelling vanilla that I don't want to actually smell like. I just wish that it stayed more in the top, not turning into a burnt plasticky smell. So it lasts about 4 hours on the skin, which is actually kind of good for a celebrity fragrance. It's not something that I can really relate to as far as the dry down, with it being almost like a tacky, burnt smelling vanilla. Not something that I would want to smell like. So the price point is really good. It's something that is within my budget. It ranges, I believe, $25 all the way up to like $64, and that will run you for a full 100 ml bottle around $64, $65. Definitely budget friendly, but for me, it fits the budget, but it does not fit how I would want to smell. Like burnt sugared vanilla is what it dries down to. So I will have to pass on the Billie Eilish Eau de Parfum, but if you really enjoy a fresh, gourmandy, woody vanilla, then maybe you might enjoy this. But for me, in my collection, and my palette, and my lifestyle, it is a no-go for me. So let's move right on to the next perfume. So this next fragrance that I have, it is a niche house. It is from Penhaligon's. This was my first time testing and trying out Penhaligon's, and I actually have the favorite. The favorite was something that I was really, really attracted to when I was looking into this house, looking for fragrances that would be fresh, spicy, rosy, very easy to wear. Now, this was something that I was very intrigued in trying after going through several of the fragrances, looking at the notes, reading up on them. I decided to get a sample of the favorite because it seemed like something that, just reading the notes, it just seemed like something that I would really enjoy because I'm looking for a rich powdery scent, and the favorite was one of the ones that actually had the iris note because I really, really enjoy powdery fragrances. So let me go ahead and give this a spray. Now, when it came down to the favorite, this one definitely is powdery. It's also very spicy. I wasn't expecting to smell spice. And I know that it has notes of mimosa, but I was just not expecting to smell a spice. This actually smells powdery. It smells rich and regal. Definitely a very, very unique scent, and sparkly is what I get from this Penhaligon's The Favorite. Now, it's actually a really nice scent. But where the problem comes in for me, as far as where I can't relate, it smells very formal. It smells like something that I would have to dress up every day, and that is not my lifestyle. I don't dress up every day. I'm mainly at home, so it's not something that would appeal to my lifestyle. Now, as far as budget, this fragrance is kind of more on the higher scale, not the highest, about $215 for 100 ml, which is not bad for a niche house. It was a higher price point, But if the fragrance smelled exactly what I wanted to smell like on a regular everyday basis, or it fulfilled what I was looking for, then I could go ahead and spend the $215 because I really enjoy the scent and it fits well into my lifestyle. Where this does not fit is that it's too formal. This is something that I could see a well-dressed woman, a woman who is about her business, a woman who just lives that type of lifestyle, that has a more higher corporate end job. That's not something that I particularly do or have, so that's where it does not fit for me. I don't really have a lot of businessy type clothing. Even though the fragrance smelled good, it would kind of be pointless for me to buy because I would not wear it all the time, or I would feel like I would have to dress up to wear this fragrance. So Penhaligon's The Favorite is actually a really nice perfume, but I can't relate because that's not my lifestyle. So unfortunately, I would definitely not be picking up The Favorite, but I do have a nice size sample here in front of me that if I do dress up, I will definitely use up my sample. So that's where I sit with Penhaligon's The Favorite. If you have Penhaligon's The Favorite, comment down below and let me know your thoughts on it, because it's definitely a nice scent, but just doesn't fit well in my lifestyle. So let's move right on to the next perfume. So this next fragrance is from the house of Mancera, and this is Wild Python. This fragrance was actually recommended to me by Lulu. She has a channel here on YouTube. If you're not following Lulu, go ahead and follow Lulu. She does live streams every day, and she did a video where she chose fragrances for other YouTubers, and she chose me. Thank you, Lulu. And she recommended that I try the Wild Python. So I was definitely intrigued to try the Wild Python. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this a couple of sprays so we can get this scent kicking up. So right off the back, this is a heavy tuberose scent. Now I am really getting into the note of tuberose, but it has to be a sweet tuberose in order for me to really enjoy it. So yes, the tuberose is jumping right off the paper, right off this test strip, and you guys, it's really actually nice. It's more of a green tuberose than a sweet tuberose in my opinion. The tuberose definitely jumps right off the paper. It's more of a green tuberose rather than a sweet tuberose. It smells very fresh, slightly soapy. Testing this fragrance, it did turn a little soapy on my skin. And sometimes I do struggle with soapy perfumes, but this is still a nice scent. However, it's not something that I would pick up and wear a lot, or even wear on an everyday basis. It's casual. This is more of a casual scent. It's not formal or anything like that, but it is a little too heady for me, just slightly too heady. The tuberose kind of jumps off, and the tuberose is more green than it is sweet. So this isn't something that I would actually purchase. I really would prefer the tuberose to be a little bit more sweet. So this isn't something that, like I said, I will wear on a regular basis, and it does not fit into what I want to smell like on a regular basis. Even though it is a nice scent, it just does not fit with me. It's not something that I will pick up and wear. So I will not be picking up a bottle of that. But I do thank you, Lulu, for recommending this fragrance to me. And again, this one was Mancera Eau de Parfum. Now, I actually purchased Killian Good Girl Gone Bad. I seen that this perfume was actually similar to Mancera's Wild Python. Now, I really like this Good Girl Gone Bad. So when I compare those two side by side, now the tuberose is definitely more toned down in the Good Girl Gone Bad, but it's still a really nice, more casual, prissy type fragrance. So I opt to just hold on to this Good Girl Gone Bad. This is a 10 ml and this will last me forever. So I will not be picking up the Wild Python from Mancera, but I would just keep my Good Girl Gone Bad and wear that as a casual, everyday type perfume. But again, I do thank you, Lulu, for recommending the Wild Python to me. But right now, I can't relate to it being in my collection. So let's move right on to the next fragrance. Okay, so this next fragrance is from the house of Yves Saint Laurent, and it is Mon Paris Lumiere. This is the newest flanker to the Mon Paris collection. And you guys, as soon as I went to Ulta, I ran over to the Lumiere. It was the day that they put the fragrance out. That was the whole reason of me actually taking the trip to Sephora, because I am a Mon Paris collector. I love the Mon Paris line. And usually every time a Mon Paris fragrance is released, I'm on it. I usually blind purchase it because I really like the scent of Mon Paris, and I pretty much have the whole collection of Mon Paris. So I went ahead and I picked up the actual fragrance. Now, I did not include this fragrance in my perfume haul because, unfortunately, you guys, I am going to be taking this back to Ulta. So that is the reason why I did not include this in my haul, because what sense does it make to include it in the haul if I'm going to take it back? So I'm going to take it back because, you guys, I have a sample. They actually gave me a sample of the fragrance, so I sprayed it. I was so excited. I sprayed it on a test strip first, then I liked the top of it and I sprayed it on my wrist, and I just went ahead and I purchased the fragrance. Now, as a collector of the Mon Paris fragrances, this actually smells really nice. But where the problem lies for me with this fragrance is it dries down so basic. It dries down to the original, but more watered down. Yes, it is an eau de toilette, so it is going to be a little lighter, but to me, it's too close to the eau de parfum, and it doesn't have as much depth. Now, I know the original has a double dose of patchouli. This Lumiere version is more fruity, it's more fresh, it's more aquatic, and it does have that aquatic floral note of lotus. I do actually like the watery aspect or the watery floral of lotus in the top. I really like that part, but once it dries down, it was not something that I really enjoyed. For me, having 7, 8 of the flankers, this wouldn't make any sense. So that is why I did not open the bottle. I still have the sample, but I'm definitely going to take it back. Pricing wise, it fits within my budget. A 1 ml bottle is around $50 something. A 1.6 ounce is around $80, and a 3 ounce is around like $104. Now, the pricing I can relate to, it's within my budget, but lifestyle wise, it's a fragrance that it will almost be redundant in my collection. So I have decided to not keep this one. So that is just something that I just will not be adding to my collection. And that is that on the newest release, Mon Paris Lumiere. So this pretty much sums up fragrances that I cannot relate to, that I will not be purchasing, adding to my collection. If you have any one of these fragrances, comment down below and let me know your thoughts, because I'm very interested to know how you guys are feeling about these fragrances. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you in my next video.